Hello, good evening, welcome. Welcome to Poker House Fort Worth Live here in Burleson. We are here playing Patty Mac's game, which is the 1-2 no limit hold'em, 200 max buy-ins with no straddles. They gotta change that no bomb pots because they're doing one bomb pot at the beginning and one bomb pot at the end. I am Buck, also known as Buck Wild, Buck Nasty. I can't say what the other thing that they want me to call me, but just know that I'm fully dressed. Everybody's starting off with a $200 bankroll. There's who your players are. Lorenzo's here in master control, making sure that everything goes as smoothly as possible with the graphics. The wonderful winner is our dealer this evening. Unfortunately, Patty Mac is sick. And unfortunately, he will not be here.
It was chasing hearts. I was chasing hearts too.
But it is what it is. Hope he gets well here soon. Alrighty, we're starting off with the bomb pot. Whew. The last few days I haven't used bomb pots in those tournaments, though, I'll tell you. Crazy, crazy. And the first top board is 10-7-7, 2 spades. And it's Ace-2-3. Somebody has a 7. Looks like it all checked around. 4 hearts on the top board, king spades on the bottom board. Clayton bet $10. Quack-Quack has a flush draw. Pops has a straight draw. Four of spades and the ace of hearts. So Pop hits his... Clayton has his full house. Pops bet $50. Clayton calls. RJ calls. Quack-Quack folds. Somebody folds. Well, Pops and Clayton both win the check mark. Clayton has his straight.
In my mind, I'm thinking, then I gotta play 2.
Alrighty. Well, for those of you guys who participated in our tournament over the weekend, day 1 and day 2, we appreciate your support. Day 2 was a blast. I was in it. Unfortunately, it didn't go the way I would have liked to have gone. But at least I was in. It was an improbable run, but started off with the 4th lowest chip stack. Ended up making the final 2 tables, ran it up, and some people were like, well, you know, how are you going to fight with such a small stack? Well, it's not that I didn't try to double bag. I did. It just didn't work out. But once I got in, I felt like I got in as a wild card. I made the final 2 tables, so it's like getting into the conference finals. So RDW with King 8. Let's see what we get up in here. Flowers raised with suited connecting, 6-5. Ooh, this one's going to be a decent pot. Elijah has the best hand going in with his king 10 offsuit. And the flop is 8-5 ace rainbow. Big bullet out there. Pops bet 10 bucks. RDW calls. Clayton folds. Flowers makes the call. RJ and Elijah fold. On to the turn. We have the 10 of spades. And the 6 of spades on the river. Pops is going to make the bet.
How much? 30 is the bet.
$30 bet.
Raise it up. 70.
Looks like Flowers raises 70 bucks. Pops got out. Flowers wins. Nice pot for Flowers. Puts him in early in the catbird seat. Got some returning players. Flowers has been here quite a few times, as well as Clayton. Somebody's been here for the last few weeks. Definitely not a nobody. Right, so we got some people calling. Quack-Quack calls with Queen 4. Somebody calls. Pops calls with Jack Deuce, and RDW checked with the flat tire. King, Deuce, Queen, Rainbow. Quack-Quack's ahead. Somebody bet 12 bucks. Flowers calls. RJ gets out, and Quack-Quack calls. 3 ways to the turn, and it's the 8 of diamonds. Quack-Quack's still ahead. The ace of clubs on the river. It's going check, check. Somebody's making a bet here. For $55. And they all get out. Somebody wins. Of course, somebody has to win. But that's his name. All right. Thanks for everybody watching so far. Unfortunately, Patty Mac is not here this evening. Patty Mac is sick. But that's all right. I've got this handed down here. All right. Flowers with Big Slick raises to 12 bucks. RJ, Elijah, Quack-Quack, and somebody get out. Uh-oh. Pops also has Big Slick. RDW and TT fold. The flop is Queen 7 Jack 2 spades, and Pop has the ace of spades here. Pop's gonna make the bet. Flowers checked, and Flowers is making the call. Let's see a turn. It's the ace of hearts. $25 bet, and then called by Flowers. See the river. It's the 2 of hearts. They're chopping this, but Flowers is going to take a stab at it. an all-in and a call. It's just like kissing your sister. Right, we're on hand number 5. All right. You got a little bit of folding going around here. Pops calls with K3 offsuit. RDW calls with Queen 9, Patty Mac's favorite hand, even though he says it hadn't been doing too well. But Clayton raised with Dead Man's Head and offsuit. TT gets out. Clayton and RDW make the call. Or Clayton raised. Pops and RDW make the call. The flop is ace 2-6 2 spades. RDW picks up a flush draw, but Clayton has top pair. Clayton bet 15 bucks. Pops gets out. Let's see what RDW is going to do. And looks like he calls. No, he raised to 30 bucks. Clayton, of course, is going to call this. 9 of diamonds on the turn. Clayton's still ahead. And the 8 of hearts on the river giving Clayton 2 pair. RDW has second pair. Let's see what he does. Clayton bets 40 bucks, but RDW gets out. Clayton, I believe, was our winner last week. Looks like he's picking up that same trend today. Clayton just took the top spot. But it's in your toss-up between him and Flowers right now. RJ with Jack 8 offsuit. Calls, followed by Elijah with King 8. Quack-Quack gets out, but somebody with 6-5 offsuit. Ooh, Pops has pocket queens, and he raised to 17 bucks. RDW gets out. TT actually gets out with ace-jack. Clayton with big check. He calls. Flowers, RJ, and fold, but somebody's staying around. They're like, we want to see the flop too. Here we go. Flop is 7-5-10 rainbow. So somebody has bottom pair, but Clayton's going to take a stab at this for 25 bucks. Somebody folds. Pops is going to raise to $100. No, he's all in. No, you bet $100. Pops wins.
Don't forget that bonus play. That plays over here.
Just in case you flopped a set. But you didn't flop
Part of the key to poker, winning when you have these big hands.
Yeah, I think Kings was good.
Right. Hand number 7. Elijah picks up my favorite hand, calls. Queen 10 offsuit. Quack-Quack's going to raise with King Queen offsuit to $7, followed by somebody with Big Slick suited. 3-bet to $17. RDW looks like he's making the call, followed by TT with pocket sixes. Clayton gets out. Flowers is going to call with $17 with Jack 10, followed by Quack-Quack. What's up, Broke Gambler Slots? All right, here comes the flop. 4-5 King Rainbow. Somebody picks up top pair, but so does Quack-Quack. Quack-Quack bet $20. Somebody raised to 40. I will say I am subscribed to Broke Gambler Slots. You should subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. Queen of Diamonds on the turn. Somebody picks up a big flush draw to go along with his top pair. And he's all in. RDW gets out, but Quack-Quack is going to call here with his two pair.
Diamond draw too, yeah.
And 8 of hearts on the river. They are running it twice with the 8 of spades. Quack-Quack wins with this two pair. Nice hit for him. Quack-Quack did really well in the tournament last night as well. Give my props to him.
I'm glad those weren't nines. If they were both nines, I would have scooped them both.
So Quack-Quack now takes a commanding lead early in this game here. $252 in the profit. That's a nice pot for Quack-Quack.
Man, 75 minutes.
Can't blame somebody on that hand, though. I mean, he had top pair with a very nice draw. Quack-Quack now with ace-5 of diamonds. He's just going to call. Somebody with queen-6 offsuit is going to call. Pops gets out, but RDW is going to make the call with deuce-4 offsuit. TT's going to call, and RJ check, or RJ calls, and Elijah checks. The flop is all hearts, 6 king ace. Somebody has another flush draw. He's going to bet it out for $10. RDW gets out, followed by TT, Clayton, Flowers, RJ. Elijah's going to make the call. We're heads up. The 10 of clubs on the turn. So now somebody picks up a straight draw along with the flush draw. See what Elijah's going to do. He's ahead right now. And he gets out. With bottom pair, straight draw, and a flush draw, somebody takes that pot down. That's his name, in case you didn't know. Well, at least the name on here, anyway.
Got lucky there. I did. You're right. You got lucky that it was that card that hit the turn.
If it wasn't a diamond, you get away?
Huh?
It wasn't a diamond. you
Somebody's
got
got
away
in
from it?
good hand. Ace 9 suited clubs. He's going to raise to $10. Pops calls with Queen Jack offsuit. RDW makes a call, 10-7.
Yeah.
Clayton is going to 3-bet this
Yeah.
with his big check to $30.
Hope for a diamond.
Flowers and RJ get out.
King.
So does Elijah and Quack-Quack.
You got a king queen. Another king wouldn't help.
Somebody calls. Pops call. And RDW calls. This is going to be a nice pot, too. And on to the flop. Going to be 7 deuce jack rainbow. RDW picks up a middle pair. He's going to bet it out. Oh, Pops bet 35 bucks with his top pair. RDW is going to call. Clayton still has some equity and some showdown value. He's going to make the call. And so does somebody. On to the turn. The King of Spades gives Pops second pair. No, sorry about that. Somebody got out. See, Pops bet 40 bucks. But now Clayton has a gut shot. He's going to make the call. Well, an ace or a 10 will help Clayton. Doesn't get there. Pop's going to bet this. Question is how much? No, he's going to check. Now Clayton's going to take a stab at it. And he's going to rip it. And Pops is like, yeah. And Pops lets it go. Nice move for Clayton. Got to give credit where credit's due. Nice pot for Clayton. Nice move. And on to hand number 10. Pops with Dead Man's Hand offsuit. Followed by RDW with 10-8. TT is going to also call $2 with the Bow Wow. Flowers raised to 12 bucks with 10-7 suited. RJ and Elijah get out. Looks like somebody calls with a big lick. Pop's going to call that bet. RDW is going to make that call too, followed by TT. $61 in the pot so far. Ace deuce 3 rainbow. Pops is ahead right now. He bet. Flowers is the only one sticking in. But somebody's gonna call too. No, he folded. 8 on a turn, giving Pops top 2 pair. He's gonna bet it out. And Flowers ain't going anywhere with his flush draw. And it's a 6 of clubs on the river. Pops is gonna bet it out. $45. And Flowers says enough is enough. Pops wins.
Good.
I appreciate that, Rhino. How you doing tonight? All right, let's see what we get here. RDW with 6 deuces is gonna call. TT gets out, but Clayton raises with pocket dimes. Uh-oh, Flowers has bullets, and he's gonna re-raise big, $25. RJ and Elijah get out, so does Quack-Quack. Somebody with 9-8. He's gonna make the call, along with Pops. Clayton's gonna make that. I don't blame you, Rhino. I don't blame you at all. I know the feeling all too well, especially with last night's tournament, man. 476 rainbow. Somebody has a straight draw. Flowers Rockets are still good. Clayton still has a shot, even though it is tight. But Pops does have an ace. And Flowers is going to make a big bet here. As he should, $50. Think he could have bet more. Well, Elijah's got somebody in his corner. Uh-oh. Somebody's going to go all in here. It's going to be another big pot. Clayton's like, how much? Because he's got an overpair. Well, he gets out. And obviously, this is a no-brainer call for Flowers here. And he's going to make it.
Yeah. I just got one pair. I just got one pair.
So somebody either hits it straight, hits 2 pair, something.
You looking for an 8? You looking for an 8?
He either needs a 5 or a dime, and 2 dimes are gone. They're running it twice, so the 8 of diamonds on the first board, followed by the Jack, 4 of clubs, and the Queen of hearts. Flowers wins them both. Nice pot for Flowers there. One thing I will say about Clayton here, he was smart to fold when he did. A lot of people wouldn't be able to make that move, especially with all unders. But somebody's gonna rebuy.
No. Not on camera.
Just in case you didn't know, they had some power outage here yesterday during the tournament with that storm that ran through. So some of the sounds that I like to use are not available, which that's a little disappointing for me. You guys have known for a little while that I like to use some of these sounds. Now I can't use them. Oh well, it is what it is. I'll survive. At least tonight, anyway. Alright, on to the flop. It is Ace Jack 3 Rainbow. Flowers picks up a straight draw. Not a whole lot for anybody else, though. Ace of Diamonds on the turn. I bet you the first bet's going to win this. And the King of Hearts on the river, giving Flowers top pair anyway. He was going to win that hand no matter what.
One queen, not a king.
Nobody bet. Flowers wins. Well, Flowers is bagging the catbird seat with a $260 profit, followed by Quack-Quack. And Clayton still has a healthy more than double up. RJ and Pop's also with profits for now. Don't worry, guys. It's still early for everybody.
You're dealing. Out in the box. Man, they had us over on one of those side tables last night playing 1-2, and I think it was the coldest I've ever been. Like I actually
Kind of can't see the hands so far, but
like stuck my arms on there. So
Clayton and Elijah. Clayton has raised, followed by Elijah.
I was like, more cards?
Clayton raised with pocket nines. Elijah called with Queen Jack suited. Quack-Quack with Snowmen makes a call. Somebody calls with 6-4. Pops calls with 10-7. RDW with Queen 7 and TT with Jack 10 suited. Decent hands. Queen 8-5, 2 spades. Middle set for Quack-Quack. Elijah's going to bet here. I would expect a raise, and he does. To $80. Pops gets out. RDW's thinking about it. He gets out. So does TT. And Clayton gets out. Elijah really likes his hand, but he doesn't realize he's making a big mistake here. The ace of spades on the turn. Quack-Quack has this all locked up. Is he going to get the rest of Elijah's money? He gets out.
That's the board I wanted to see against Bruce a little while ago.
Nice hit for Quack-Quack.
Spades out there.
Approved.
Thank you. You thought the set, you could have turned it over.
Oh, I should have turned it over, shouldn't I?
You know, you're slow, too slow.
Pocket set. Touch it.
Flowers folds with 9-6 offsuit, followed by RJ. Elijah only calls $2 with ace jack. Quack-Quack with pocket fives. RDW with ducks. No, he raised to $20.
He does it too. You know, trust me.
TT calls with king queen offsuit. Clayton gets out.
I know how.
Elijah's gonna make the call, followed by Quack-Quack.
I'm gonna have to be somebody.
On to the flop.
You sure you wound the right way or unwound the right way?
Queen 3-3, 2 clubs. TT checks. So does Elijah.
Yeah. Can't get it up there fast enough.
Really, it's just a one.
TT's all in. Quack-Quack gets out, but what is RDW gonna do?
So we still got one player card.
Uh-oh. He's gonna make the call.
Just the extra 5 for him.
RDW, I hope you know you are a big underdog here. 10 of diamonds on the turn, and the 3 of spades on the river. That's what I gotta say to RDW there. Nice hit for TT. Puts TT in $108 profit so far.
Yeah. One of the better flops you could hope for.
Yeah, that they actually go to 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
RDW's getting some money. RJ and Elijah both fold, or RJ calls with 6-4. Quack-Quack gets out. Somebody gets out. Pops with king 7 offsuit's gonna call. RDW has queen 10 of clubs. He's just gonna flat. TT gets out. Clayton with king 8 of suited is gonna call. And Flowers checks with jack 10 offsuit. Here we go. It is 5-4 king. All spades. Flowers bets 5, or Clayton bets $5. Flowers gets out. RJ calls with his straight draw and middle bottom pair. So does Pops and RDW. The 4 of clubs comes on a turn. So right now, RJ has trips. But Clayton bet $10. RJ raised to 25. With his trips and his flush draw, Clayton's gonna call. And the 10 of hearts on the river. RJ has this locked up. Clayton bet checks. RJ bets $30. Clayton's thinking about it. He makes a call. And sees the bad news. 78 more dollars for RJ. That gets him in Profitsville.
He usually plays aggressive enough to get the flush. He'd have bet more than 5 on the flop.
Blah, 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 blah. Wow.
On the feet. Put it on the feet.
I got it. He's got it.
Right, Elijah with 7-6. Suited. He's going to call for $2. Followed by Quack-Quack with Jack-10 offsuit. Somebody with Ace-6. Pops with Quack-It Queens raised to $17. RDW and TT get out, but Clayton's going to call with Ace-6 offsuit. Flowers actually folds 10s there. Quack-Quack calls along with somebody. All right, 4 to the flop.
Heads up.
I folded. I tried to help you out.
King 3 deuce. Rainbow. Nobody has a king, but Pops is gonna bet $30. Clayton and Quack-Quack get out, and so does somebody. No action, no money. But good win.
I'm not bluffing with nothing. I may be betting with a draw, but I ain't, I ain't betting on nothing. I only really bluff with 59. I've only done one.
Quack-Quack with King Queen offsuit just calls, followed by somebody with 57 Chevy. Pops with another pocket pair. Pocket deuces is going to raise to 12 or $17. RDWTT, Clayton, Flowers, and RJ all get out. Hey, it's all right, Patty Mac. I'm glad to do it. You know how it goes. I just hope you get to feeling better, to be honest, man. Well, the noise actually went out, unfortunately. Patty Mac chiming in on the thing. He says, no fart noises this week. Oh, yeah? Watch this. There's your fart noise. Quack-Quack's ahead with top pair. And the 4 of hearts on the river. Quack-Quack has earned a check mark. He's going to bet it out. See what Pops does. Pops is actually going to make a move here. Pops raised to $100, followed by a snap call by Quack-Quack. Give credit where credit's due. I have got to respect that move by Pops. He was trying to represent something bigger than what Quack-Quack was representing. Fortunately, he got caught, but you got to respect that move. But Patty Mac chiming in. I hope he does well. I hope he gets well here better. But he said he'll be back next week. He better be here next week.
Come on, Randy.
But I hope the fart noises are too. Right, somebody with King 7 offsuit. Gonna raise to $5. Pops with the dead man's hands gonna call. Followed by RDW with 5 and dime. TT with Queen 8 offsuit's gonna call. Flowers 3-bet $40 with Big Slick. Let's see what's gonna happen. Quack-Quack got out. Somebody got out. Followed by Pops and RDW. Well, Flowers wins with his 3-bet. Good job. Yay.
Somebody needs some help, man.
Yeah, Patty Mac says he has an upper respiratory infection, so
Said he needed some help.
anybody
He got a
that's in the
little bit of
chat,
help out of home.
please wish Patty Mac well. Tell him to get better soon. RDW gonna call with Queen 9 offsuit, followed by TT with Ace 6 suited. Clayton raised to $10 with Ace 5 suited. RJ calls with Queen 9 suited diamonds. And RDW calls with Queen 9 offsuit. The flop comes 4-7-3 rainbow. Gives Clayton a straight draw. So does TT. Clayton bet $20. And the bet won.
Could have flopped 2 pair up there.
Yay. Well, tell me who you guys are rooting for. I'm only a commentator. I don't have a dog in the fight. But if you want to be in somebody's corner, and I don't mean the actual person somebody, but if you want to be in his corner too, great.
That'll help us
Pick a player. Any player.
Beat 6 game card.
Right, IDW has Queen 7 offsuit. It's going to call for $2, followed by Flowers with Jack 9's offsuit. RJ with Queen 5's offsuit's going to call, along with Quack-Quack with 10-9 suited. Pops also has 10-9 suited. He's going to raise to $10.
He did this shit earlier.
RDW and Flowers call. RJ's going to call, and Quack-Quack's going to call. All right. We got 6 to the flop. And it is Ace 6 King, all clubs. RJ has a flush draw. 5 of hearts on the turn. Somebody has a pair of 5s. Pops is going to bet $15. RDW gets out. Flowers 2. And looks like RJ is going to call for $15. Quack-Quack's out. So is somebody. All right, we're heads up. And the 8 of clubs gives RJ the flush. But Pop's going to make a move.
got a little tray over here, put it right.
You know, bet $40.
What is the bet?
RJ is going to call.
I bet he bet 40, I bet 80, but he folded.
Nice hand for RJ. Decent sized pot, too.
Yeah, I'm out.
I will say that these pots tonight have actually been a little bit higher than we've had the last few weeks. A little bit more action.
I was thinking maybe you had
But that
a
comes
decent
with the
club, but
territory.
You ain't got the good one.
We're in hand 21.
That's his name.
TT with 9-8 suited calls. Flowers is going to raise with his ace-10 offsuit to $12. RJ's going to call, followed by Elijah folds. So does Quack-Quack and somebody. Pops is going to call. RDW with Queen-10 offsuit calls. So we're 5 ways to a flop. The flop is 7-5-3 Rainbow. TT picks up a flush, but Flowers has a big flush draw. TT's gonna bet it. Looks like $50. Flowers is gonna make that call. He's gonna hope for best. We're heads up between TT and Flowers. There's the 8 of clubs. All TT has to do is avoid a certain heart. But if he gets the 6 of hearts, he has the straight flush. And it's the deuce of hearts. Flowers wins this. TT's gonna check, and Flowers is all in. Yeah, it's good for Flowers, but anytime whenever you flop a flush, you don't want to see another flush. Especially when you know that other flush is higher. The bad news is that puts TT out of Profitsville. The good news is I saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico. No, not really. They were more expensive. Forget Geico. Geico really can't save you 15% or more on car insurance. Clayton wakes up to Queen-10 suited, followed by Flowers to King-Jack offsuit. RJ raises with the King-6 suited. Quack-Quack calls, along with somebody. Pops gets out, but RDW and TT call. TT with A6 offsuit. Let's see what we get. The flop is Jack 4-9 Rainbow. Clayton picks up a straight draw. Flowers has top pair, but he bets $25. Quack-Quack gets out. So does somebody. RDW with the same straight draw makes a call. TT gets out. And so does Clayton. Let's see a turn. 7 of spades. Flowers is still ahead. RDW checks. So does Clayton. See what Flowers is going to bet. He's going to bet $75. That's gonna force RDW to get out.
It's all right, I'll fold.
And Clayton sees his hand and is like, we only got the same hand, so I got no choice.
That was the one. You want to draw, you gotta buy paperwork.
Well. While they're shuffling out that new beautiful deck there, that's all pretty. We have 4 players sitting in Profitsville. Quack-Quack and Flowers have over $500 already, and we're not even an hour in. That should show you how big these pots have gotten so far, and how lucky they've been. RJ is still a respectable $202, followed by Clayton at $150. Those are the stats that matter for some of you guys.
Now that you bring it up. Wow, what happened there?
Flowers with a King Jack offsuit. He's gonna make the call or bet $7. RJ, Elijah, Quack-Quack get out, but somebody makes a call. Pops and RDW get out. And Clayton with an interesting call with Queen 4 offsuit. The flop is 958 Rainbow. He checks around onto the turn. The Queen of Diamonds, or Queen of Clubs, sorry. 7 of Hearts on the river. Clayton has top pair. Nobody bet, and he wins. Keep in mind, nobody bet. There's not anybody named nobody on the table. Just somebody. Somebody's down $471 so far. For those of you who are in his corner. RDW's not having a great night either.
Got you a pair?
Give credit to Pops for credit's due. He's not doing all that great, but gotta respect some of the moves that he's made. Oh, Pops. RJ and Elijah are gonna get out. Somebody says, let's go, RJ. I can't say that other part. All right, we're on to the flop. Four, 4, 8, Rainbow. Just gonna check it. Checks around. Turn is a 5 of spades. RDW picks up a flush draw, but Pops is gonna bet it $15. RDW is gonna make a call. All right, rake 'em Randy. That'll work. As much as I want to say the other word, RDW picks up the flush. Pops is gonna bet it out. And RDW wins it. Yeah, Rake 'em Randy I could do. It's not that I don't want to say the other one. It's just I don't want to get censored. They've already been kicked off twice. You know, they kind of kicked my butt if that happened. But we can call him Rake 'em Randy. I don't think we'd get censored for that. Johnson. All right. Somebody calls with 10-7. The flop is 5 deuce jack, 2 clubs. Yeah, apparently it already happened. But that happened before I started doing the commentating, and Patty Mac made sure to tell me about that. So some of the things that I really want to say sometimes, I don't. Not that I would actually say them, but, you know, standards. Clayton bets out. 25 bucks. Clayton wins this one. Yay. Well, he may be rebuy Randy, but RJ's actually almost doubled up. So he's been doing well. He's in Profitsville right now. TT's only down 27 bucks.
Yeah, come back Wednesday for that.
Speaking of some of those stats, here are some of your stats right now. Elijah's your net, but rightfully so. They say RDW, RJ, TT, and Quack-Quack are calling stations along with somebody. And the tight aggressives have been Flowers. Clayton and Flowers. Right, Quack-Quack calls with Ace-7 offsuit. RDW is going to call with 57 Chevy. TT calls with King-10 offsuit. Flowers raised to 15 bucks with big check. Elijah gets out. Quack-Quack makes the call. RDW gets out. And TT's going to make the call. So we're 3 ways to flop. Queen 8-9, 2 clubs. Flowers is top pair. But TT's going to go all in with his straight draw. Going in on a gut shot. Flowers goes in the tank. He's thinking about it. He's getting the count. Looking at Quack-Quack's way. He's tanking it. And he lets it go. And so does Quack-Quack. TT gets a pot. On a bluff. Nice move from TT. I don't think I've ever seen that from TT, but that was awesome. Just for that. That puts TT back in the Profitsville, but he shouldn't get comfortable. It's only 8 bucks.
Oh yeah, Jack 10, yeah.
Somebody raised $4 with King 6 suited. RDW makes a call. Clayton with pocket quigglies going to raise. How much he's going to raise? To 14 bucks. Flowers gets out. Rebuy Randy.
No, he got it in bad.
Elijah gets out.
It's Alfredo.
Quack-Quack with Brunson gets out.
That's a daily occurrence. He got it in bad and stuck out.
Somebody's going to make the call.
Like I said.
Nobody's up there.
He just gets a rush out.
Call him that from now on? Okay. If I remember, I'll try to.
Nobody's even close to get this.
And RDW is going to make the call.
And it's gone into
Yeah,
the bad beat.
lose with pause. No, he's playing a tournament.
Wow, Clayton flopped quads. Oh my chicken pie. And he's going to check this, rightfully so. The 6 of spades on the turn. Nobody's holding any spades. It's going to be real hard for Clayton to get paid here. But somebody's going to make the move with his pair of 6s and queens. He bets 10 bucks. RDW gets out. What's Clayton going to do here? I would anticipate a raise. And he does raise. And somebody gets out.
Oh. That does shit for promo.
I don't think so.
I don't care what anyone says. You flop quads.
Flop quad.
Approved.
Oh, not a quick match. Me, I would rather block Chris to make some money.
Right?
You could have got another card there.
At least Clayton got some equity out of that after he flopped it. I mean, that's real hard to do. After you flop it, and then some of the players don't really catch much, and they're trying to test where they're at. And after that, they're already like, well, no, you already have at least one queen. Pops with the suited dead man's hand is raising the 10 bucks. RDW calls with AC Deucey. TT calls with Ace Jack suited. Rebuy Randy gets out. So does somebody. So we're 5 ways to a flop. Seven, 3 ace. 2 spades. Two spades. Pops bets it out for 30 bucks. RDW makes a call. TT actually gets out. So does Flowers and Elijah. All right. 10 of spades on turn. See if somebody tries to bluff at it. Pops just bets 30 bucks. RDW just calls. 5 of clubs on turn the river. Checks. And checks it back. Well, Pops wins that one.
Too much, I hold.
All right, we're at 10:29, a little over an hour in. Quack-Quack, Flowers, Clayton, and Rebuy Randy are still in Prophettsville. TT just got back out of Prophettsville. RDW with Ace Jack offsuit Gonna raise to $10. TT, Clayton, Flowers, and Read by Randy get out. But Pops is gonna call. Flop is deuce 10-6, 2 diamonds. Pops is the only one with the diamond, but he does have a straight draw. The 9 of spades on the turn. The Queen of diamonds on the river. Pops wins this one.
Neglecting somebody. You.
Right. See some action here. Everybody's folding. Elijah with pocket tens is only making a call for $2. Quack-Quack calls with king 7 offsuit. Somebody with snowmen raised to $12. And Pops with queens once again is going to 3-bet to $32. RDW makes a call with king jack offsuit. And Elijah is going all in with pocket tens. Quack-Quack gets out. Somebody's thinking about this. Tough decision for somebody. He's going to make the call. And for Pops, this should be a no-brainer. He's going to make the call, too. A little surprised RDW is actually going to make this call. I don't blame him for it. He's got odds now. But he's the only one that's suited. Everybody else has pocket pairs, so. All he's got to do is hit a king. 9-7-4 rainbow. Doesn't hit anybody. And Pops is all going all in. RDW is going to make the call. This is a big pot. And somebody gets in there. Big pot alert.
Just barely.
Barely, yeah, just barely.
Big pot, big pot, big pot, big pot.
You win, you get your good pot. Lock in. While people up, you know.
And people are already showing. The ace of hearts on the turn. The ace of clubs on the river. What a run out for Pops. Huge pot. Sad for anybody else. Somebody is now down $700 for the night. And we're just an hour and 15 minutes in. Elijah's down too. So is RDW. TT's still only down $2, so that's about as even gets. Quack-Quack, Flowers, Pops, Clayton, and Rebuy Randy are all in Prophettsville.
Like that, everybody had hers.
Quack-Quack and Flowers have already bought houses out there. Pops has a nice apartment. So does Clayton. RJ just moved in. TT's trying to get back in.
Except for when I sold.
People be buying back in. Well, looks like Elijah is. Yeah, we got somebody else in now.
I did.
Elijah got out, but now we got somebody else that filled that seat.
I knew I was going to learn what I needed to learn by doing it.
I didn't really pay attention for it. I didn't know if there was a flush draw out there. Sure.
Yeah.
We can get an update as to who I can announce that for you. Clayton's gonna raise with 7-6 offsuit, $12. Flowers gets out. RJ is going to call. Somebody calls with King 8 suited. Quack-Quack's gonna call as well. Connor calls with Ace 10 offsuit. That's who we got. Welcome, Connor. Alrighty. We actually did have somebody flood quads earlier. Not the guy, somebody. It was actually Clayton that did that, but it is Queen, Ace, King, Rainbow. Connor has top pair. He's ahead right now, but Clayton's gonna bet this out. Gonna bet $50. It's gonna get Rebuy Randy out. Somebody gets out. Quack-Quack's gonna get out. What's Connor gonna do? He actually folds too. Great move by Clayton. Wow. I guess he's watching what he does on here. Clayton only calls with King 6 offsuit. Rebuy Randy calls with Ace 9 offsuit. Quack-Quack with pocket 10s. Raises to $17. Connor gets out. Pops gets out. RDW gets out. So does TT. And so does Clayton. All right. No. Quack-Quack's gonna steal this one with pocket 10s. Well, not really steal it, but he's gonna take it down nonetheless. It's pulling around so far. Pops has ace-10 offsuit. He's going to raise to $7. TT calls with jack-7 offsuit. And Clayton calls with jack-deuce. The flop is king-4-8, 2 hearts. TT checks. Clayton checks. And Pops check. 7 spades on the turn. TT's ahead right now. And Pops bets $10. And he takes it down.
Blind 5.
All right, Quack-Quack is still up $500. Flowers is $462. Clayton has $277. Pops is now positive $256. That doesn't, well, that's what I'm just reading by what it says. Rebuy Randy raised to $5 with king 10 offsuit. Somebody calls with king deuce. Pops calls with 57 Chevy. RDW with the king 8 offsuit. And Flowers is going to re-raise. Ace 5 offsuit. Rebuy Randy makes the call. Somebody gets out. Pops gets out. RDW gets out. And Clayton gets out. All right, this is heads up between Flowers and Rebuy Randy. It is Ace Deuce 3 Rainbow. Flowers is ahead. He's going to bet $75. And Rebuy Randy folds. Now, RJ, just so that you know, I'm not going to say who it is, but one of your friends that's rooting for you has actually tried to getting me to call you that. I'm not going to say who, but I'm just going by what it says right up here on the board. So I'm going to tell you, some person told me to call you that, but I'm not going to rat out who. That's up to you to figure out. All right, somebody calls with San Francisco Bus Boy. Quack-Quack gets out with a different suit. Connor calls Jack 8 offsuit, or Jack 8 suited, sorry. With Pops, Ace 6 offsuit. Clayton raised with pocket jiggities. Hey, you're not supposed to say anything. I'm not ratting you out. Not telling him who. The flop is King 10 Queen, 2 hearts. And it looks like he's going to check around. But Clayton has, ooh, no, that 10 makes it a little bit more interesting. Pops is going to bet it out here. Clayton's going to make the call, but he doesn't realize that he does not want to trip. Rebuy Randy calls. Clayton does not want trips here. Or no, he does. 8 of diamonds. Yeah, boat. But Pops is going to make the bet. $65. Gets Clayton out. And Pops wins it with ace high. Stone cold bluff. Yeah. Poor rebuy Randy couldn't have flopped a worse flop. Hey, I'm not saying who you are, so I'm not exactly lying. I'm just not ratting you out. If he watches this, he'll find this out all on his own. I know nothing, I see nothing, and I hear nothing, except Quack-Quack has pocket tens. He's gonna raise to 12 bucks. Connor gets out. And Pops calls with King Deuce offsuit. Flowers is gonna call with pocket deuces. Somebody calls with 5-4, and RJ rebuy Randy calls with Jack 6 suited. Some interesting calls. The flop is 5-6-7, 2 clubs. Pops picks up the flush draw. Quack-Quack's gonna bet 56 bucks. Pops is gonna call. Flowers gets out. Rebuy Randy gets out. Somebody going in the tank. He folds. All right, on to a turn. The 8 of hearts. Quack-Quack is going to bet $100. And he gets out. Nice win for Quack-Quack. Nice win for Quack-Quack. He's all quackers. Quackers, I say. Quackers. Well, the good news is rebuy Randy is still in the profit zone. But he's drifting away. And we're almost halfway in. Pops raised 10 bucks with 9-8 suited, followed by RDW with ace 10 suited. TT calls with speed limit. RJ with big chicks gonna make the call. Somebody with pocket sixes. This has been some action tonight. The flop is 4-7 Jack, 2 hearts. Pops and RDW pick up flush draws. RDW is going to bet $50. TT gets out. Rebuy Randy's out. Somebody's out. And Pops is in. So he needs an 8, 9, or 10 and 5 of spades. Somebody wish they had that one. RDW's gonna rip it here. $107. He's counting that out for Pops. And Pops is laughing about it. He's like, oh man. Pops knows he's behind. The good news is Pop has 10 outs. Counting out his chips. Touching his face. He's making a moment. Should I, shouldn't I? Look at him. You know he wants to, and you know he's scared to. He's doing a pound. And he makes the call. We're on to the river. He agreed to run it twice. The 9 on the river for the first one. And the 6 for the second. Wow.
Got them both.
Both boards. Pops pulls through. Both boards. Well, that puts RDW down $800 for tonight. Is he going to rebuy in again?
Oh, yeah. Well, he had Bill. Great draw.
Pops is sitting there stacking his chips. And looks like RDW may be calling it a night. Drinking his beer. Courtesy of Poker House Fort Worth, by the way. I like beer. TT with big slick calls. Flowers with ace 4. Gonna call. RJ with jack 7. Somebody with queen 10 suited.
I want to see change up. Yeah. I'm going to take it here in just a minute.
Somebody raised. Flowers calls. So does rebuy Randy. On to the flop. King 9 deuce, 2 diamonds. Rebuy Randy picks up flush draw, but TT's gonna go all in here with top pair. And he gets out. So does somebody. TT wins that one. That should put him back into Profitsville.
I mean, maybe if it's written, maybe the king was. Like, holy shit.
We're on hand 30 night this evening. A little over an hour and a half in. It appears RDW may be done for tonight. Somebody raised $10 with Queen Jack offsuit.
I'll call somebody.
Flowers are gonna call with ace 9. So does RJ with 7-6. And Pops calls with ace 9 offsuit. Deuce 3-8. Rainbow. And it's gonna check. The Queen of Diamonds. So somebody has top pair. He's gonna bet out $20. Somebody wins. The man named Somebody. He's not a nobody, he is a somebody. Well, either RDW is going to the ATM or he's done for tonight. I don't know which is which. Hand 40 this evening. Clayton with ace-9 offsuit makes a call. Flowers raises with dead man's hand. It's 12 bucks. Rebuy Randy's gonna call with ace-6 suited. Connor, we're gonna call with king-10 offsuit. The flop is 4-4 king. Rainbow. Connor's actually ahead this one. Made the turn and the river run clean for him. But the aces are all but gone. Rebuy Randy only has one out. He's going to make the call. Well, that gives Rebuy Randy some more outs with this flush draw. And Connor's going to get it in. Okay, he bet 85 bucks. He was trying to string it along. But you can't string bet. You want to go forward motion or pass the line. RJ knows he's excited. And Randy's going to make this call. All right, any heart, any ace. And he gets there with the heart. Oh, boy. And he's going to put it all in. Connor makes a call and shows the bad news. Great hand, Rebuy Randy. But I'm still not going to tell you who told me to call you that. Well, Pops has been unstoppable, and RDW has been struggling the most. RDW's been the maniac. Connor's been the nit, but he just got to the table. Pops has been the hot shot, but he's also been the overthinker. Clayton with dead man's hand is going to call. Flowers with big slick is raising to 12 bucks. Randy folds, Quack-Quack folds, Pops folds. Somebody calls with king-10 offsuit, followed by TT with queen-8 offsuit. And here's a flop. Queen 7-7, Rainbow. It gives TT top pair. And he's betting. $50. Clayton gets out. What are you waiting for, Flowers? Christmas? And he folds. And somebody folds. TT wins. Winning money is fun. Well, looks like we got a spot open in case if anybody wants to come in and be put on the internets. Oh, looks like somebody just come in. Who do we got?
12. Try it again.
Flowers big chick is gonna raise 12 bucks. Called by RJ. Quack-Quack with ace jack suited is, or offsuit, is gonna make the call.
Oh,
Jasso's Picasso's. This is a little bit too small for me to read, but yeah. I'm not even gonna try to say the whole name. Jack 10-4 for Jasso's or Picasso's. Quack-Quack is going to raise with his hand with his top pair, 40 bucks. And cause Picasso's to call with his two pair. Flowers with the straight draw. Thinking about it. Gets out of it. And RJ with his flush draw is going to call. All right, let's see who gets luckier. The deuce of hearts on the turn. Changes nothing. Quack-Quack still has top pair. And is going to bet it out for, it looks like $100. 125. Jacko's Picasso's is going to go all in. Rebuyer Andy is thinking, dang it. I want in on this. I've got the nut flush draw. How much is it? And he is going to call. What's Quack-Quack gonna? He's gonna call. Big pot alert. RJ needs a spade. Quack-Quack needs an ace. Mr. Picasso's don't need nothing. And he gets nothing. He gets the check mark. That's a nice pot. Approved. Well, that puts him in third place with just one hand.
Look at that start.
$425 up. Clayton's still up $211, followed by TT, and Rebuy Randy is up 21 bucks. Welcome to Jacko's Picasso's and D-Mac.
They get shot at Broadway, but I wasn't paying that. Sorry, I thought you had Mr. Scan. All right, you're good, you're good, you're good.
D-Mac with Big Slick. He's going to raise to 25 bucks. Quack-Quack, Jassos gets out. Pops is going to call with King Queen. Somebody and TT get out. Clayton gets out. And Flowers gets out. All right. So it's really a race against an ace or a queen. Flop is 5 deuce 9, 2 diamonds. And D-Mac makes a bet to 50 bucks, and Pops gets out. D-Mac was ahead. He bet it. He wins it. That's how it's done.
What's that like tipping your wife?
So now with the chip counts, everybody is in Profitsville that's sitting at the table now outside of somebody. But there's still an hour and 15 minutes for anybody to become profitable. Quack-Quack with King Jack suited raises to 12 bucks. Jassos gets out. Pops with Ace Jack suited. He's going to make the call. Somebody with King 10 offsuit is going to make the call. TT gets out. Clayton gets out. Rebuy Randy calls with his pocket ducks, and so does Flowers with 8-9 offsuit. 5 boys to a flop. 6 queen 9 2 clubs. Quack-Quack is going to make a bet. Continuation bet for 17 bucks. Pops is going to call. Somebody with a straight draw now is going to call. Flowers with second pair. He's going to raise to $34.
Yeah. Oh, I need 2 more?
RJ's thinking about it.
17. Yeah.
Like, what could he possibly have? He gets out. So does Quack-Quack. Pops puts the money in. And so does somebody. And the 4 of hearts on the turn. It's brick. But Flowers is going to bet it out. It looks like 125. Yeah. Pops gets out of it. And so does somebody. Nice move for Flowers. Very nice. I like you. Quack-Quack with Queen 10 offsuit. Calls. Jassos calls. Pops gets out. Somebody with Ace 7 called. TT with Cowboys raised to $25. Flowers with pocket ducks. Gets out. D-Mac is going to call with Jack 10 offsuit. Quack-Quack got out. Jasso's got out. And somebody's going to make the call. We are 3 ways to a flop. And TT flopped his top set. Goes check. TT is going to bet it. Bets 50 bucks. D-Mac gets out. And so does somebody. That's how you play kings.
9.
The only thing that I can tell you is what I would personally probably have done differently is after flopping the set, I probably would have checked the flop. But he raised it perfectly. He flopped it. He bet it. He wins the pot. He might have been able to get more value out of it had he had checked. Maybe somebody gets his ace, and speaking of somebody, he rebought in. Jazzo's with ace king's gonna raise to $7. Pop is gonna call. Somebody folds. TT calls with ace 5 suited. Clayton and Flowers and RJ get out. D-Mac 2. And so does Quack-Quack. We are 3 ways to a flop. With ace queen king, TT's ahead. Or no, Jessos is ahead with top 2 pair. You gonna bet it out? For $16, Pops gets out. What's TT gonna do? TT's going to call. Ooh, and a 5 on the turn. This is gonna get interesting. Jessos is gonna bet. And I think TT's stuck here. He actually gets out. Well played by TT. A lot of people wouldn't have that discipline. You flop 2 pair and then you feel like, hey, Everybody is ahead except for somebody right now. If you were sitting at this table, you made some money. At least for the time being. Somebody raised with ace 7 suited. Rebuy Randy makes the call. So does D-Mac. And Quack-Quack. And Jassos, Picassos. Here we go. 9-5 jack, 2 spades. Nobody has a spade draw. Checks around, 10 of clubs on the turn. Is he going to check again? It does. 10 of spades on the river. Jassos has this one. Let's see what happens. He's going to bet out $16. And everybody folds. We're at hand 48 with just a little more than an hour to go. Flowers with pocket 3s. Raises to $12. Rebuy Rainey's going to make the call with Jack 8 suited. Followed by D-Mac with King Deuce suited. Jassos with Ace 9 offsuit is going to call, along with Pops 10-7 offsuit. Let's see the flop. It is 6 Jack Queen. RJ is ahead. The 10 of clubs on turn. Jasso's going to bet it out $11 with his straight draw. Flowers are going to fold. Rebuy Randy's going to call. And 8 of clubs on turn. Jassos wins with his straight. He's betting it out. Looks like 30 bucks. Yep. Rebuy Randy has two pair. I don't know if we can get away from this. He makes a call. D-Mac gets out.
Two pairs.
That's great.
Not very good.
Great.
Straight got there. He wins. It's always a tough thing to get the two pair, and somebody has it. But it almost compels you to make the call. Show you what I do with my big fat gut. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Do, 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 do. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Clayton, Queen 10, suited. He's going to raise. Flowers calls with ace 10 offsuit. D-Mac, Quack-Quack, Jassos, and Pops get out. Somebody gets out. Okay. We're heads up.
That's different.
Queen against an ace. Or hearts or no hearts. Flop is ace, 8, deuce, rainbow. Clayton's going to bet it out, though. $25. Flowers going to call. Another ace. Ace of clubs on the turn. That gives Flowers the check mark already, but Clayton just can't seem to get the foot off the gas. He's going to bet this out. Now, Clayton, you're in Provinceville. If you don't want money, give it to me. Flowers just makes the call. And a deuce of spades on the river for giving Flowers the full house. And Clayton's still going to bet at it. The question is Flowers going to re-raise them? Or is he going to just flat? It's not like the money in the pot's going anywhere. He's thinking about it. I think I know what he's going to do. And he raises it. All in. And Clayton gets out of it.
You don't think a plus was good?
That's what you get for bluffing it, and when somebody has it, you get caught.
Did you? What do you have?
Well, Rebuy Randy was in Provinceville. He got kicked out of Provinceville. But there's still time to go. Hand 50 this evening. Clayton raised with ace 10 suited to 20 bucks. Flowers going to call with queen jack suited. RJ, D-Mac, Quack-Quack with pocket jaggities. Going to make the call. Jassos gets out. Pops gets out. Somebody in TT. All right, 3 ways to a flop. Queen, San Francisco busboy shows up on the board. Flowers is ahead. But Clayton's going to bet at it. 40 bucks. And Flowers are going to call. Quack-Quack just smooth calls. The 9 of clubs on the turn. Clayton smartly checks it. Flowers checks it. What's Quack-Quack going to do? And he checks it back. He has a feeling he's beat. The 9 of diamonds on the turn or river. Clayton goes all in. Flowers snap calls. Quack-Quack's in a tough spot. Is he actually going to consider making this call? He's thinking about calling. He knows he's beat. He's just not too sure. He's thinking about it. And he's going to make the call. Another big pot for Flowers. Flowers is over $1,000 sitting in front of him now. Clayton, you were in Provinceville and then you squandered it. What happened, bro? Well, Jessos and Quack-Quack got it in for $625. Flowers and Quack-Quack, you just saw that one. Then Pops and somebody with pocket queens and pocket eights. And then Quack-Quack and somebody with king queen and ace king. All right, y'all, we got less than 1 hour to go, so if you need to wake up, there's your sign. And if you don't need to wake up anyway. For those of y'all who are still with me, I appreciate y'all watching. Pops with Big Slick. Gonna raise to 15 bucks. Clayton calls with ace 7 suited. We are heads up to a flop. And the flop is 3 king 6 2 hearts. Pops has it's all but one. And he bets out 20 bucks. And he gets out. Folding around. Pops with king 10. He's going to raise. Somebody calls jack deuce. TT calls with ace 9. Clayton calls with... No, Clayton's going to raise with king 9. Flowers with queen 8 suited is actually going to fold. Pops is going to make the call, and so is somebody. Even TT wants in on this action. Flop is jack 6-5, all hearts. TT's the only one with the flush draw. But somebody's going to bet it out. All in. He's trying to make a bluff here. TT gets out. Somebody wins with the bluff. Oh, he had top pair. Looked like a bluff to me. Sorry about that. Blah 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 blah. King deuce for Jessos is gonna make the call. Followed by Pops with 10-7 offsuit. Clayton calls with king 6. Flowers calls with big check. Alright, here we go. It is 8 ace 10 rainbow. Flowers is ahead, but he's checking it. Pops is gonna bet it out. $5. $10. Clayton gets out. Flowers is gonna make the call. Rebuy Randy folds, and so does Jessos. 7 of diamonds. You don't let Pops bet this. He bets $20. Smooth call. And Pops gonna win this with 2 pair. But let's see what happens. This is like a $45 bet. Yeah, $45 and snap call. And Pops is like, surprise. The Flowers are like, poop. Like, dang it. Dang it. I had that one, dang it. Blah, 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 blah. Wow. Alright, Flowers has 1.3 in front of him. Jazzo's has 584. Bob's has 488. Quack-Quack has 158. And TT is $45 in the profit zone. D-Mac, RJ, and Clayton all have a realistic chance. Somebody can also get in there too, but it's going to be a long shot. You're going to have to get on a roll. Quack-Quack folds with king 5. Jazzo's calls, queen 5 offsuit. Somebody with pocket quigglies. What's he going to do? He going to raise. Looks like to what, 17? TT and Clayton get out. Flowers gets out. D-Mac with queen 10 offsuit's going to call. So the queens are all gone. D-Mac 4, 5, 6. Rainbow. Or 2 hearts, sorry. Somebody's going to bet it out.
Yeah.
wanna play everything, or are you gonna lose?
D-Mac folds.
I mean, that changed everything.
That would have been a long shot for D-Mac. He would have needed a 10 and another 10, and those were literally his only outs there. Unless if the board's traded, but that's also another long shot. Well, we're in hand 55. We're on pace to get about 75, 70, 75, roughly. Pops with AC Deucey. Just calls. RJ calls with 5 a dime. D-Mac calls with 6-4. Quack-Quack with Queen 8. We're on to the flop. It is 3 King 10. 2 clubs. And it's going to check around. King clubs on the turn. Gives Quack-Quack the big flush draw. Biggest flush draw. A rebuy Randy's going to bet it. 17 bucks. And it all folds to Randy. Pops with Queen 10 offsuit. Just calls. Somebody with Queen 9. Clayton with 9-8 suited. Raises to 12 bucks. Flowers and RJ get out. Clayton calls. Or Pops and somebody call. That's what I meant to say. And it is King Jack 5, 2 clubs. Somebody has a straight draw, but so does Pops. And Pops is going to bet it. Or Clayton bet it. Pops called, and so did somebody. 20 bucks. And the straight got there for Pops. Went check, check, check. King on the river. Pops is going to bet this. It's targeting a king. Nobody has a king. Clayton has, second bottom pair. He's actually going to call. Clayton's running bad right now. He was doing so well before. All right, guys. Buck will be right back. Nature calling.
The editing on that computer,
Raise it to 11. And up. Pause.
I understand. Sitting like this shit on the ground.
Full.
Yeah.
Roller coaster out there.
Right there.
Just taking that off. Good. Absolutely. Where's she at?
I just want to get that one up.
No, I get that. I mean, people get their different little things.
Fold.
I already wanted to play with you guys.
Fold. Raise to 12. Fold. 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 $30 a bet. Fold. Fold.
That flop at all. I didn't like that flop at all.
All right, Buck is back. Sorry about that delay, guys. Buck didn't have his famous sound, so.
Make it 10. C3.
That break was not brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, stay over there. Clayton with pocket nines. Raises to $10. Pocket wakes up, Flowers wakes up with pocket fours. Makes the call. Pops calls with AC Deucey. Somebody calls with Jack 7. And TT calls with Queen 9. Here we go. King 5-6, all diamonds. Clayton's going to make a bet here, $30. Flowers gets out, so does Pops. Clayton wins with his pocket pair. And a flush draw.
No bears.
All right. Flowers has over $1,200 in front of him. Followed by Jassos with $731. Pops has $571. Profit. Quack-Quack with $144. And TT with $35 in profit. Rebuy Randy's only down $50, followed by D-Mac. About 40 minutes left. Flowers raises $12 with Ace Jack offsuit, or Ace suited, I mean. RJ calls, so does D-Mac. TT, 3 bets with pocket kings, gets him again. And Flowers are going to make that call. So does Rebuy Randy, and so does D-Mac. Jassos with 8-5 suited. Gonna get out of it. But somebody's gonna make the call with 10-8 offsuit.
Justin, heads up.
On the flop. And TT hits a set again. Queen deuce king. But Flowers has the big flush draw. Bets 25. Flowers calls. And D-Mac calls with second pair. Oh, the flush got there for Flowers. TT's gonna bet here. Flowers gonna raise big. I don't know if TT can get away from this. He's gonna rip it in. He's gonna make the call. TT has some bad news. Are they gonna run it twice? No, they're just gonna run it once. Bad news for TT. You played that right. He just got there.
Really enjoying it.
It's going all right tonight. Can't say that every night. Wish I could.
Looks like TT's rebought in for $100. Well, Flowers is in the catbird seat. He's probably going to stay there all night. Tomorrow is Terry Tosh's birthday. Well, happy birthday, Terry Tosh. Sorry it didn't quite work out the way that that last hand wanted to work out for you, but happy birthday. Somebody raised $10 with ace queen. Clayton has king 4. Battle of the diamonds. And Clayton's ahead with his pair of kings, or top two pair. He's gonna bet out $20. And somebody folds. Happy birthday to TT. I know I said that, but I'll say it again. Because I'm here. We do wish him a very happy birthday. Hopefully he'll get pocket kings and the turn in the river will run clean. Alright, Jazzo's has the best luck, followed by Flowers. Pops isn't too bad either. Read by Randy was doing good at first, not so much now. Quack-Quack with ace 9. Pop's gonna call with jack 5 suited. Somebody calls with 8-9. TT raised with pocket deuces. Clayton calls with ace 8. Flowers. Gonna get out. Read by Randy with ace 8 suited diamonds. He's gonna call. D-Mac calls with jack 9. Quack-Quack gets out. Pops is gonna call. And somebody's gonna call. Decent sized pot. Here we go. Queen 7-3 rainbow. Is it actually gonna check? TT's all in for $75. RJ and D-Mac. Pops gets out. Nice move for TT.
Good hand, Jerry.
Well, if you're gonna get back into it, you get back into it that way. That only puts TT down $72 now.
40 minutes, 35 minutes.
Pops with Jack Deuce suited hearts gonna call. Somebody with 10-9. Clayton calls with a flat tire. Flowers calls with Queen 6. RJ with 9 deuce and D-Mac checks with 97. And it is 7-10-3. Two diamonds. Somebody's gonna bet $8. D-Mac calls. And the king clubs on the turn doesn't do anything for anybody except gives. And a 4 of clubs that gives somebody the check mark. Somebody bets $25 and calls.
It is correct.
Now you see why I don't tip.
All right, guys, we got about a half hour left. Still plenty of time for most of these guys to get in the profit zone. Doesn't look too good for somebody. Jasper's calls with 8-7. Clayton's going to call with Queen Deuce. RJ with 10 radio hand suited. Ace-8. 2 diamonds. D-Mac picks up the flush draw. And bets $20. Jasper's calls. And D-Mac wins a pot. Didn't realize he was all in. D-Mac is even. Or no, he's not.
I mean, I swear he doesn't just like him.
Pops with ace-9 is going to raise it. No, he just calls. TT with ace-king is going to call. Clayton, king, queen 10 suited. Going to raise $12. Flowers, RJ, and D-Mac get out. So does Quack-Quack. Jassos gets out. Pops gets out. Or Pops calls and TT calls. And it is 10-Jack-6 rainbow. TT picks up a straight draw, but so does Clayton. Pops is gonna bet $15. TT's gonna call, or Clayton bet. The ace of clubs on the turn. TT goes all in and wins. He's trying to make up ground for the money he lost.
Right.
But he's doing it. Now he's only down 15 bucks. It's amazing how that can change real quick here in poker. TT with pocket threes. Gonna call. Clayton calls with king 6. Rebuy Randy calls with king 7 suited. Jasso's raised to 11 bucks with his ace jack offsuit. Pop's gonna call. TT's gonna call. Clayton's gonna call. And Rebuy Randy's gonna call. 5 ways to a flop. TT picks up a set, but there's 2 hearts. 8-3-9. Rebuy Randy picks up the flush draw. It's 3 times TT has gotten a pocket pair and picked up a set. It's going to check to TT. He bets 25 bucks. Clayton is all in. Or no, he's not. He folded. And RJ is all in with his flush draw. All right. Turning the river, run clean. They agreed to run it twice. The first board, the 4 clubs, and the jack of clubs. Second board is the 5 and the queen. So TT wins both ends. That should put TT back in Profitsville. It's a tough one for Rebuy Randy to lose, but if you're going to lose that one, you go in when you got value. TT's now in Profitsville after that big loss to Flowers. Looks like Rebuy Randy may be done for the evening.
Yeah, he's up there.
Looks like there's a seat open. TT with queen 7 suited is just going to call. Clayton with pocket 10s. It's going to raise to 12 bucks. Flowers gets out. D-Mac gets out. Quack-Quack. Pocket 3s. Calls. Jasso's going to call. Pop's going to call with ace 5. Somebody calls with ace 4. TT gets out. Let's see what happens. Clayton picks up top set, 7-8-10 rainbow. And he's going to bet 20 bucks, it looks like. Quack-Quack gets out. Jasso's getting in there. He's got a straight draw now. Somebody gets out. All right. Jasso's Jacker 6. D8 gives Clayton the full house and the check mark. All right, Jasso's, you only have the 8 of spades. That is your one and only out. You bet 40 bucks. How's Clayton going to put... He's trying to figure out how to get as much money as he possibly can in here now. He's just gonna call. And the ace of hearts does nothing. And Clayton's gonna rip it. Jassos is like, oh my goodness.
No flush.
I think if Clayton would have done that on the turn, he gets the money in. I don't know about now. Now that the flush got there and the ace got there. And he lets it go.
Full house, big one.
I would have played that a little bit different if it were me, but it's easier to say that on the outside coming in on the inside, but if I would have put the money in, I bet you I would have been called right then and there.
That heart fills your action.
Yeah, I know. You were like, anything but hard. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's like, you didn't want a heart either.
Or I guess it would have been good if you hadn't. Or right. Yeah, if you didn't have it, anything but it.
Clayton with ace 10 is going to raise to 12 bucks.
How many times do you have pocket tens in
I'm just keeping up the trend. Oh, me?
Jassos with king 10 is going to call. Pops with pocket sixes.
First one you hit.
Yeah. I get pocket pairs and I raise and I miss every time. It's always over.
Yeah.
Like queens and like queens multiple times. Yeah, I had jacks and it was. I'm glad I was able to change that for you.
He's going to re-raise to 36 bucks. Clayton reluctantly calls. And so does Jassos. It is king deuce 4, 2 spades. Clayton's going to check. Jassos is ahead. He's going to bet it here. He's going to make a $16 bet. Pops is going to call. Chasing it. Clayton gets out. We're heads up. All Jassos has to do is avoid one of 2 sixes. And they're both live. And the king on the turn. And Pops gets out.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Can't blame Pops there. He had 2 outs. 2. He had about a 5% chance of getting that. Flowers with pocket Quigleys. Raises to 12 bucks. D-Mac calls with K9. Jasso's going to call with Jack 10. Pops with another pocket pair is going to call with Speed Limit. Somebody gets out. Clayton's in there with ace 5 offsuit. 9, 6, deuce, 2 diamonds. Flowers is still ahead. Clayton wants to bet here, but he checked. Flowers is going to bet. for 40 bucks. D-Mac's gonna call with King 9. Jesus gets out. Is Pop's gonna want to chase it? He says nope. With the dang it, dang it, dang it. And Clayton gets out. And the ace of hearts on the turn. And the 6 of clubs on the river. Flowers has been getting some big hands. That's been the story. Flowers is climbing up to where he's almost got $2,000 in front of him. Jassos has $691 profit. Pop says 430. Quack-Quack still has 127. Quack-Quack with Queen 10 off suit makes a call. Pops gets out, but somebody calls with 8-6. TT calls with Jack Deuce. Clayton has King Queen off suit and raises to 12 bucks. You could imagine a re-raise from Flowers. And he's gonna re-raise to $42. Quack-Quack gets out. Somebody gets out. TT gets out. Clayton's gonna put in the call. Flowers has been Clayton's nemesis tonight. See if we can get some money back from him. And I can't see what it is, but Clayton bets it out. 6 Jack 4 off suit. And Queen on the turn. Clayton's behind. He can bet 20 and Flowers can. Yeah. Clayton bets big. 50 bucks. Flowers is thinking about it. I think Flowers knows that he can get all his chips right now. He's just going to smooth call. 7. That's a brick. Clayton has to know that he's beat here. But he's going to rip it. Oh, my chicken pie and a snap call. Poor Clayton. And Flowers almost has $2,000 sitting in front of him for a 1-2 game. Approved. Looks like that's going to end Clayton's night. Got a couple seats open in case you guys want to still come out. You ain't got much time, but seats have just started getting cooling off now. They were nice and warm earlier. There's your luck distribution. This has been an action-packed night. Quack-Quack, Jack 7 suited, just calls. And Jazzo's going to raise the 12 bucks. D-Mac's going to call with Ace Deuce suited. All right, we're on to the flop. King, King, Deuce, Rainbow. Alrighty.
Just 7 on the river.
Quack-Quack is going to get the pot. How y'all doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Well, it's been an action-packed night.
Yeah, I can tell by looking at the stats.
Yeah.
Looks like Flower's doing real good tonight.
Oh, he's been on fire. A lot of things have gone his way.
That's the only reason I'm staying.
He not only cracked kings, he cracked trip kings.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
But he's had a lot of things going his way, so
It's just not luck. He's also a great player. He's getting max value.
well, there've been a couple hands where he didn't actually get max value, but he's been doing very well. But that's what matters.
Yep. What do you think about Jack 4 suited as a starting hand? Should it even be in there?
Personally, Jack 4? Well, I mean, it's suited. You get it in there whenever it's, whenever you're in the big blind or whenever you're min bet. Other than that, somebody raises, you should get out.
Yeah.
I know it's only for like 15 more minutes, right? Okay.
But somebody has aces up.
He's got a player.
Jesus is just going with
Well,
the
it's
big
Victor.
kings.
Yeah. Turning the river are bricks, but somebody goes all in with $94. What's Jesus gonna do?
I think he's gonna fold.
15 minutes. Or 12 minutes. That's great. What do I do with it? Whatever you want. I just left it on the table.
Good at the power. Well, I think we probably got an 8, king.
And Mr. Picasso's folded. Somebody wins with top pair.
Somebody shows the queen.
I'm telling myself that way we did. Yeah, I'm not gonna be mad.
Well, there's your stack so far of how much everybody's in the profit. D-Mac, Clayton, and somebody. Well, looks like we got a couple people back in for a short time we got left. I noticed in there it was kind of empty tonight.
It was a pretty empty night, but the tournament's been picking up.
Yeah, with that tournament that we had the last few days, a lot of people are pokered out right now.
That is true. Everyone wants a break. It was too much poker, too much fun for a whole week.
Well, I mean, it was intense. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some things I wish that they could change about it, but it was successful.
It was a great time. As a dealer, awesome. How did you do, Bub, in the tournament?
Well, as you know, I had the fourth lowest chip stack coming in.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, but for the fourth lowest chip stack, and then I ended up finishing up in 15th.
That's a good run-up.
Yeah.
I guess chip in a chair.
Well, it's not just a chip in a chair. You gotta, whenever you're short stack, you've gotta wait. Tournaments are more about survival than anything else, and you gotta remember, big stacks go after big stacks. And if you're a short stack, the last thing you want to do is go after a big stack. You wait for your move.
He's been counting.
How's it going, Cooper? But you gotta go after your spots. If you go after the big stacks, yeah, the big stacks could make mistakes, but that's not the good move. You just gotta wait. Yeah, absolutely there, Rhino. Big props to the staff and all the dealers there, for sure. They did a great job, even the ones that visited from San Angelo. Not only were they pretty, but they were pretty good at what they did. I hope they hear me on this.
Indeed.
I think they were pretty,
Yeah, shout
and they
out
were
to
pretty
them.
good.
They helped us a lot.
They should come back.
Pair of sixes for Pops. Top pair for Quack-Quack.
2 hearts, but nobody's got hearts.
Pops bets 15. D-Max gonna call with a pair of tens. Quack-Quack calls. Everybody's got something in this flop.
Yeah,
They're priced in.
7 of heart spades on the turn.
Opens up gut shot opportunities.
Yep,
But it's no good because Quack-Quack's got the Queen Jack.
right. But they don't know that.
They don't know that.
3 of clubs on the turn or on the river.
Inconsequential river.
Brick.
That's what she call it. Do you think Quack-Quack's gonna get any value? Oh,
Obviously,
Pops is just gonna lead with
he's
the
gonna
pairs,
lead in.
and Quack-Quack just calls.
Yep, that simple. It's amazing what the position does, and that proves it right there. Somebody out of position trying to steal it.
What do you think about the just leading in on the river with a pair of 6?
It was a risky move because the problem is, one, you're out of position. At the same time, if nobody has anything meaningful, you bet enough,
Yeah.
good chance that they'll get out. But when they got, a good hand like Quack-Quack did there,
Quack-Quack didn't have the best and the board was kind of wet. And he had
well,
only top pair, not the best kicker. And I feel like if Pops had bet like 220 on the river, there might be a good chance.
then there's a chance that he's folding, but he didn't. Flowers again with pocket ladies.
His luck doesn't seem to run out.
And he only raised to $12.
D-Max all in for
D-Max all in for 60,
short stack. He's 5 suited.
forcing him in.
Clayton's thinking about it.
6-5. He's got live cards, and he hasn't been running good.
Mm-hmm. Flowers just rips it. Isolating. But I don't know if I would isolate with queens.
I absolutely would. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. That's a gut shot.
That's his flush draw. And the ace got there. That's exactly why you want isolation. Anytime, whenever you have a big pair like that, you always want to get that isolation. However, the only thing that I feel like Flowers did incorrectly there is that he forced the short stack in. But no matter what he does, if he raises that flop anyway, that short stack's going in. So the last thing you ever want to do is get a short stack forced in.
I feel like there's going to be a couple all-ins in the next couple of orbits because there's a lot of short stacks.
There's a lot of short stacks, but there's also not much time left.
How long do we have?
We only got about 6 minutes.
Let's see if we can pick up some hands by then.
Clayton with the velvet hammer is just going to call. Flowers with King Jack.
Flowers picking up hands.
Oh, he's been picking up hands all day.
And Clayton's just been getting slammed.
Well, he was doing really well at first.
That's a lot of 7 deuces.
A lot of them. I will give credit, though. Clayton made a really good bluff move to scoop a pot earlier.
Did he? Well,
Yeah.
Against who?
I think it was against Pops.
Interesting.
Dead man's hand shows up on the board, but doesn't do anything for anybody. Unless Clayton wants to try to bluff at it here. If I were Clayton, I would try.
Flower picks up a flush draw.
Now's not the time to try to bluff at it.
Do you think Flower should have bet like a C-bet on the flop since he's like the pre-flop aggressor?
No.
No?
No, not with that board.
Okay. Well, it's... Why not? If you bet, you just know where you're at. Depending on how the other players react. And that board doesn't really hit a lot of hands. It's either bunch of combos of 8s or small aces, it's gonna be
Right, but here's the thing. Nobody bet that hand. Nobody raised that flop.
yeah.
Now, if you raise that flop, then yes. But everybody literally limped in. So if everybody's limping in,
I thought Flowers raised it flop.
I don't even remember. It's been a long night.
It's been a long night.
Yeah. I don't think he did.
Okay.
Dolly Parton gets out of there.
Quack-Quack with the
Quack
wheel.
Quack with pocket dimes.
Go.
He's like, can I bet first?
Because I was too excited about it, and I wonder what he has.
Bad Jassos. Bad. King 9 not suited.
It's a decent hand.
And he's going to call.
Pops with pocket
Pops with
three.
pocket threes again.
Is he going set mining?
Looks like he might.
Really funny.
He just calls. Set mining. Somebody with Queen 10 offsuit's
That's a
getting out.
disciplined fold from Queen 10. A lot of recreational players tend to play that Queen 10 in that spot.
Right.
Well, there goes one of tens. Let's see what comes up.
7-4 deuce rainbow.
Really dry board. It's a good board for
Yeah.
Quack-Quack to bet.
Really good board for Quack Quack. And he does.
indeed does bet it. And he goes large. He goes, I believe, 110. Pot size, good pot size bet.
Yeah.
I think Quack-Quack saying, if you flop the set, you flop the set. Put the money in.
And if you did, you deserve the money.
Indeed.
Or if you flop 2 pair, you deserve it.
What do you think Quack-Quack would do? Like, let's say if there's an imaginary player and he just rips on Quack-Quack for all of it. Do you think he's gonna fold?
I don't think so. Not with that board. Not if they rip on Crack Quack.
But,
I think he's committed no matter what at this point.
but if they're going all in, what are they going all in with? Not a lot of draws out there. It's a pretty dry, inelastic board.
With that board right there, like the one you're describing, no, I think if they ripped it on Quack Quack, I think he's calling heads up every day.
But do you think he should call?
Yes,
Okay, that's interesting.
absolutely. Because you raise pre-flop, so what is there for him to call? Pocket sevens, pocket twos, pocket fours, right?
Yeah, but
Okay,
what
not a
hand-
problem.
What other hand is he like bluff raising on?
The only other hand that would make sense is maybe 7 deuce, or maybe 7-4. But most of the time, when you're in that situation, you're raising pre-flop. Most of the time, 7 deuce already knows, hey, I'm not really gonna have a chance.
Right.
So 7 deuce, although would kind of make sense, it doesn't make sense.
It does not make sense.
I mean, the only other
'Cause
possibility would be
Quack-Quack did make a healthy bet on the pre-flop, like $30.
right.
I think that folds out a lot of, like even on a 7-4 deuce board. Let's say a player has 5-6. I would say it folds out a lot of 5-6 pre-flop. So if an imaginary player just jams on Quack-Quack there, there's just no bluff in their range. It's always sets 2 pairs that beat Quack-Quack.
Right.
So I feel like if someone jams for all of it, Quack-Quack should fold, even though he made a pot size bet.
I don't think Quack Quack would have done that though. I really don't.
We can never guess what Quack-Quack would have done.
Right. But with that board, up, getting out of here. Alrighty. Alrighty. We got some good stuff. D-Mac wins with his pair of jacks. Alright, there's your leaderboard right now. TT's ahead, $73. Alright, we're on our last hand for the bum pot. Last hand here.
How long was this going on?
I need to get a count
Monday night.
for everybody to get up, okay?
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he got called. Jake called him. I guess so. Well, Lorenzo's joining me for the last hand.
Sure am. We're on the bomb pot then.
That's right.
All right. I will say, just in advance, we did have a misread on this one, but I will clarify once we get to the end of the hand so we can still follow the action diligently.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you go ahead and lead through this hand here.
All right. Let's see. Victor with a 2-pair on top and just a queen on the bottom. Possibly a nut flush draw on the bottom if turn comes in his favor.
D-Mac with pocket kings with an ace. Great hand.
Looks like we're getting a bunch of the nothing hands out of the way. $45 3 ways to the turns. D-Mac is in the lead with that pocket kings with an ace. He's got ace with a king on the bottom. Let's see. Victor now has 2-pair on the top. Queens and 8s above queens and 7s.
Victor picks up the flush draw
Yes, he does.
with top 2-pair. It's a good spot for Victor to be in.
D-Mac went all in. Somebody also went all in. That $7.
And I think Victor's probably going to do this too.
He's going for it.
I don't blame him. It's a lot of money in the pot. To the rivers we go. Who's going to win it?
Let's see if I can figure out what this misread was.
Okay.
Because I know there was one, and I reassigned the winners, and I corrected the numbers for graphics at the end. Let's see.
Now, it looks like the flush got there for Victor. D-Mac wins with his ace-9, 2-pair. Bad news for somebody.
So I do believe, unfortunately for the viewers who are rooting for Victor, that the misread is on his hand. Can't see it too well under the graphics there. 8-7 queen. That looks sort of accurate. Him and somebody just chopped the side pot, $15 each. Let's see what else happens here. I believe D-Mac and somebody are chopping the main. D-Mac with something on top. Let's go back to the cards.
Don't know where.
If I can go back in time and tell myself to cut back to the board, I would do it. Here we go. D-Mac's got I'm not sure.
He has 2-pair on the bottom.
2-pair on the bottom. Then what does somebody have on top? Did he have the straight? Did I see a 6-3 pulled up on the top board?
I really can't tell.
The board's dead.
But Victor should have had that flush. Well, there's your play styles tonight. D-Mac's your only calling station. Loose aggressives were Pop, somebody on the verge, and Jassos. Quack-Quack, TT, and Victor are your nits. Nobody's a tight aggressive tonight.
It may have been a misread on his suits. Because it looked like he did have the queen, the 8, and the 7, which I remember seeing in his hand, but I don't remember if the suits were. I don't remember what the suits were.
Flowers won the most pots tonight. Somebody struggled quite a bit. Clayton was your maniac. Did well at the beginning, but didn't really quite pan out at the end. TT's your nit. Jassos is your luckiest player. Clayton was cursed, and that was true tonight. Here's your list of your big hands. Jassos and Quack-Quack with Ace-Jack and Jack-10. Flowers and Quack-Quack got it in with queen jack and pocket jacks. Pops and somebody had pocket queens against pocket eights.
Wasn't he all in?
And then Flowers and TT with his ace jack.
Oh, yeah, he got whatever
Hits
that
his
side
flush against trip kings. Your luck distribution tonight. I know this isn't exactly 100% accurate because we've had some other players that actually got in there, but it says that Jaso's the biggest one.
Man,
There's
you know
your
that ace eight
stuff
he had
here.
early?
Congratulations to everybody that profited, especially Flowers with that big profit there, almost $2,000 positive.
10-7 is
Oh, this is just his stack. It's going to show his
Well,
profit.
it's a stack,
Yeah.
but
Man, it's so
That's
close to
still
being
accurate to say, yeah.
yeah, big stack.
There we go. Up $1,600 for him.
Can't complain.
Yep. Jesus didn't do bad with the short time that he played, almost $600. Quack-Quack with $325, Pops with $259 positive, and TT, happy birthday tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday.
$55 positive.
Yeah, he came back from.
Came back $200 down and
There you go.
got back up there.
Good
And
work
he had a big bluff with pocket deuces too.
Yeah. You can see here they're getting set up at this cash table right there, and we have final table of tonight's tournament, 1,000 guaranteed with bomb pots.
Been kind of light tonight because of the tournaments from over the weekend. Speaking of tournaments,
There you go. It's going to be our noon tournament every single day, $500 guaranteed, 12 p.m. sharp. You can hop in this thing for free. Get 3K, $10 gets you 10K, $35 gets you 35K. We have a $25 rebuy or add-on for 25K, and we have end of registration add-ons, $25 for 25 or 50 for 50.
they're back and they have no bomb pots.
Yes, they are back and they have no bomb pots. That's
But-
the appeal, isn't it?
Yeah, but on Tuesday at 6:30, you got, it's always free to get in, 1,000 guaranteed no limit hold'em free roll. It's free to get in for 3,000, but 10 will get you 10, 35 will 35, and at end of registration, you can add on for $50 for
50.
50 and then
75 for
100.
There you go.
We got our Wednesday tournaments, $1,500 guaranteed free rolls with bomb pots.
Boom.
It's always free to get in, 10 for 10, 35 for 35, and at end of registration, you can add on 50 for 50 or 75 for 100.
Every Wednesday night, 6:30 p.m. Oh, I need to sleep. Thanks, winner.
And on Thursday at 6:30, with $1,500 guaranteed free roll tournaments, no bomb pots in that one. 0 for 3, $10 for 10,000, 35 for 35, and at end of registration, $50 for 50,000 or 75 for 100,000.
Go. And then we have, I believe it's going to be our bad beat jackpot. Yes, it is. It still says starts Monday because I haven't updated the graphic. But that was like 2 Mondays ago, and it's at 33,000 something right now, 30 something hundred. And it's still going for every single one of our tournaments. It does have to be a no limit hold'em hand to qualify. Any quads or better beaten will get you this jackpot, and it's going to get huge because that's
Provided that you have a pocket pair in your hand.
right.
The Fortune jackpot is still going on. Now they have kind of changed the rules a little bit on this.
Yes, we do. It is now for the $2,000 bonus from noon to 5. You need $50 minimum in the pot instead of 10.
But you do win it with the flop set, Broadway straight, ace high flush, or 10's full house.
Yes, dude.
All right, guys, that's it for us tonight. We're glad for everybody that started watching us and having fun with all that action. Hope Patty Mac gets well, but follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, and Poker Atlas. And as always, just remember, poker is just a game. Luck always runs out, but the bills always have to be paid. Please play responsibly. Good night, everybody.
Good night.